Hey there, beautiful soul. Let me start by saying this. If you're dealing with a third party situation in your twin flame journey right now, I see you. I know it hurts. I know it feels like your entire world is upside down. And I know you've probably asked yourself 1,000 times why this is happening. So before we dive into anything else, take a breath with me. This situation, as painful as it is, isn't here to destroy you. It's here to teach you something profound about yourself, about love, and about the journey you're on. Now, let's talk about what we mean when we say karmic third party. This is someone who appears in your twin flame connection, usually in a relationship with your twin. And here's the thing that makes it even more complicated. This isn't just some random person. This is someone who has a karmic contract with your twin flame. They're connected through past life agreements, unresolved lessons, or energetic debts that need to be settled. This person showed up for a reason, and that reason has everything to do with growth, healing, and evolution for everyone involved, including you. I know what you're thinking. Why do I have to deal with this? Why can't my twin just leave them and come to me? Why is the universe making this so hard? Listen, the twin flame journey isn't about instant gratification or taking the easy road. It's about becoming the highest version of yourself. And sometimes that means facing situations that break you open so you can rebuild yourself stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true essence. The karmic third party isn't your enemy. They're actually playing a crucial role in this whole dynamic. They're holding up a mirror, showing you and your twin what still needs to be healed. They're revealing insecurities, fears, attachments, and patterns that wouldn't surface any other way. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's painful, but it's also necessary. So today, we're going to walk through how to release this karmic third party from your twin flame connection. And I want to be really clear about something. This release isn't about manipulation or trying to break up their relationship. It's about freeing yourself from the energetic entanglement, healing what needs to be healed within you, and trusting the process. When you do this work genuinely, everything else falls into place naturally. Here's something that might be hard to hear, but I'm going to say it with love. You're not a victim in this situation. Now, before you close your ears to that, hear me out. I'm not saying the pain isn't real or that you deserve this. What I'm saying is that on a soul level, you agreed to this experience. You knew before you came into this lifetime that this journey would include challenges, including the presence of karmic third parties. The first step in releasing this situation is understanding that you have way more power than you think. You're not sitting on the sidelines waiting for your twin to make a choice. You're an active participant in this energetic dance, and your energy, your thoughts, and your actions matter tremendously. Every time you obsess over the third party, you're feeding energy into that connection. Every time you stalk their social media or imagine scenarios in your head, you're strengthening the very thing you want to dissolve. Think about it like this. Energy flows where attention goes. If you're constantly focused on them, constantly thinking about what they have that you don't, constantly wondering when your twin will finally leave them, you're actually holding that situation in place. You're creating an energetic cord between you and that entire dynamic that keeps it alive and active in your reality. So what do you do instead? You shift your focus back to yourself. You recognize that this situation is triggering something deep within you that needs attention. Maybe it's old abandonment wounds. Maybe it's fear of not being chosen. Maybe it's feelings of unworthiness or not being good enough. Whatever it is, it's trying to come up so you can finally heal it. The third party is just the catalyst revealing what was already there. Start asking yourself better questions. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Instead of asking, when will they leave? Ask, what do I need to learn right now? Instead of asking, how can I make my twin choose me? Ask, how can I choose myself more fully? This shift in perspective changes everything because it puts you back in the driver's seat of your own life. Let's get into something really practical now. Energetic cords. Whether you realize it or not, you've probably formed energetic attachments to both your twin flame and the karmic third party. These are invisible threads of energy that connect you to them. And through these cords, You're constantly exchanging energy, thoughts, and emotions. Sometimes these cords are formed through intense emotion, through obsessive thinking, or through the pain of the situation itself. Here's what happens. You think about the third party, you feel jealousy or anger or sadness, and boom, a cord forms. You imagine your twin with them, you create scenarios in your mind, and those cords get stronger. Before you know it, you're energetically tangled up in their relationship, and it's draining you dry. You might feel exhausted all the time, emotionally drained, or unable to move forward in your own life. That's because your energy is literally being siphoned off through these attachments. Cutting cords doesn't mean you stop loving your twin flame. It doesn't mean you're giving up on the connection. What it means is you're taking back your energy. You're reclaiming your power. You're saying, I release my attachment to this outcome, and I trust that what's meant for me will find me. This is one of the most powerful things you can do because it creates space for new energy to enter your life. So how do you actually do this? You can do a simple visualization. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and imagine yourself surrounded by white light. Picture cords extending from your body toward your twin flame and the third party. Really see them in your mind's eye. These cords might look like ropes, chains, or even streams of colored light. Then call in your higher self, your spirit guides, or whatever divine presence you believe in. Ask them to help you cut these cords with love and compassion. Visualize a pair of golden scissors or a sword of light cutting through each cord. As each one is severed, imagine the ends sealing with healing light so they can't reattach. Say out loud or in your mind something like, I release all energetic attachments to this situation. I call back all of my energy that has been scattered or given away. I am whole and complete within myself. Do this regularly, maybe once a week or whenever you feel particularly attached to the situation. It works, trust me. Next is doing your own shadow work. Now we're getting to the deep stuff. Shadow work is about looking at the parts of yourself you'd rather not see. It's about facing your fears, your insecurities, your traumas, and your limiting beliefs head on. And let me tell you, the presence of a karmic third party will bring all of this to the surface faster than almost anything else. The third party is triggering you for a reason. They're showing you exactly where you still need to heal. Maybe seeing them with your twin brings up feelings of inadequacy. Maybe it makes you feel like you're not pretty enough, smart enough, or special enough. Maybe it triggers old wounds from childhood when you felt overlooked or abandoned. Whatever it is, that's your shadow material, and it needs your attention. Here's the thing about shadow work. It's not comfortable. It requires you to get brutally honest with yourself. You have to be willing to look at your jealousy, your rage, your victim mentality, and all the ugly stuff you usually try to hide. But when you do this work, when you shine light into those dark corners, you transmute that energy. You take away its power over you. Start by journaling. Write about what the third-party situation brings up for you. What emotions surface? What beliefs about yourself become louder? When you feel jealous, what is that jealousy really about? When you feel angry, what's underneath that anger? Usually there's fear. Fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear of not being loved. Get to the root of it. Then work on healing those wounds. This might mean therapy, energy healing, inner child work, or whatever resonates with you. Talk to those wounded parts of yourself. Give them the love and validation they've been desperately seeking from external sources. Become your own source of love, approval, and security. Because here's the truth. Until you heal these wounds, you'll keep attracting situations that trigger them. The third party might leave, but another challenge will show up until you finally do the internal work. Next is raising your vibration and self-worth. This is where everything starts to shift. Your vibration is basically your energetic frequency, and it's determined by your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions. When you're in low vibration, feeling desperate, jealous, angry, or victimized, you're actually repelling what you want. You're energetically aligned with lack and suffering. But when you raise your vibration, when you embody high-frequency emotions like love, joy, peace, and gratitude, you become magnetic to your desires. The presence of a karmic third party often tanks your vibration. You feel terrible, you obsess, you cry yourself to sleep, and you wake up feeling hopeless. And I get it. I'm not saying you should bypass your emotions or pretend everything is fine. Feel what you need to feel. But don't set up camp there. Don't make that low vibration your permanent address. Start implementing daily practices that lift your energy. Move your body. Dance, run, do yoga, whatever gets you out of your head and into your physical experience. Exercise literally changes your brain chemistry and helps you process stuck emotions. Spend time in nature. The earth has a naturally high vibration that can recalibrate your own energy field. Even just 10 minutes outside can make a difference. Practice gratitude every single day. I know it sounds simple, but it works. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each morning. Focus on what you do have rather than what you're missing. This trains your brain to look for the good, and what you focus on expands. Meditate. Even 5 minutes of sitting in silence and focusing on your breath can reset your nervous system and bring you back to center. And here's the big one. Work on your self-worth. Stop making your value dependent on whether your twin chooses you or not. You are worthy simply because you exist. You are deserving of love not because of what you do or how you look or who wants you, but because you are a divine expression of source energy. When you truly embody this, when you know your worth deep in your bones, the whole dynamic shifts. You stop chasing, you stop waiting, and you start living. And that's when everything changes. Surrender might be the hardest thing you'll ever do on this journey. It goes against every instinct you have. Your ego wants to control, to force, to make things happen on your timeline. But surrender isn't about giving up. It's about releasing your grip on how and when things should unfold. It's about trusting that the universe has a plan far greater than anything your limited human perspective can see. The karmic third party is in your twin's life for as long as they need to be there. There's a lesson being learned, karma being worked through, growth happening. You can't rush this process. You can't manipulate it or control it. The more you try, the more resistance you create. But when you surrender, when you genuinely let go and trust, you create flow. You allow divine timing to work its magic. Surrender means accepting what is right now without needing it to be different. It means saying, okay, universe, I trust you. I trust that if this twin flame connection is truly meant for me, it will happen. And if it's not, then something even better is waiting. It means releasing expectations about how your story should unfold and being open to being surprised. Maybe the ending looks nothing like you imagined, and maybe that's exactly how it needs to be. This doesn't mean you sit around doing nothing. You still work on yourself, still heal, still raise your vibration. But you do it for you, not as a strategy to get your twin back. You do it because you deserve to feel good regardless of what anyone else does. And here's what's wild. When you truly surrender, when you stop needing the outcome, that's often when everything falls into place, because you've finally cleared the energetic blocks that were keeping it stuck. This is going to sound counterintuitive, but stay with me. One of the most powerful things you can do to release the karmic third party is to send them love. Not fake love, not forced love, but genuine compassion and well-wishing. I know. They're the last person you want to send love to. They're with your twin. They're living the life you want. But here's why this matters. When you hold anger, resentment, or hatred toward the third party, you're keeping yourself tied to them energetically. You're lowering your vibration and creating resistance to your desires. But when you can genuinely wish them well, when you can see them as a soul on their own journey doing the best they can, you free yourself. You cut the cords of negativity and step into a higher frequency. Try this practice. Visualize the third party in your mind. See them surrounded by light. Say either out loud or silently, I release you with love. I honor your journey and your soul contract with my twin flame. I trust that you are exactly where you need to be, and I am exactly where I need to be. May you find peace and happiness. May you learn what you came here to learn. I release all judgment, all resentment, and all attachment to this situation. And so it is. You might have to do this multiple times before it feels genuine. That's okay. The intention matters. Each time you do this, you're loosening the energetic grip this situation has on you. You're telling the universe that you're ready to move forward. You're embodying forgiveness, which is one of the highest vibrations there is. Finally, and this might be the most important point of all, You need to get busy living your own life. Stop putting your life on hold, waiting for your twin flame to wake up, leave the third party, and come running to you. Stop obsessing over their relationship status. Stop checking their social media. Stop analyzing every little sign. Just stop. Your life is happening right now. This moment is all you have. And if you spend it fixated on a situation you can't control, you're wasting precious time and energy that could be spent creating something beautiful. You have a purpose here beyond this twin flame connection. You have gifts to share, passions to explore, dreams to pursue. Get back to those things. What did you love before you met your twin? What activities made you lose track of time? What goals have you been neglecting? Start there. Pour your energy into your career, your hobbies, your friendships, your creative projects. Build a life that feels full and satisfying all on its own. Not a life you're using to distract yourself, but a life you genuinely love living. When you do this, when you become so absorbed in your own growth and your own joy, you naturally detach from the twin flame situation. You stop giving it so much power over your emotional state. And here's the beautiful irony. That's often when your twin starts noticing you differently. That's when the energetic dynamic shifts, because you're no longer vibrating at the frequency of need and lack. You're vibrating at the frequency of wholeness and abundance. Remember this. The twin flame journey is ultimately about becoming whole within yourself. It's not about finding your other half. You're not half of anything. You're a complete, whole, magnificent being who happens to share a soul frequency with another person. The point isn't to complete each other. The point is to evolve together, to mirror each other's growth, and to inspire each other to become the highest versions of yourselves. So as we close, I want you to take a deep breath and really feel into this truth. The karmic third party will leave when their purpose is complete. Your job isn't to make that happen. Your job is to heal yourself, love yourself, and trust the process. Focus on becoming so radiantly yourself that you forget to worry about who your twin is with. That's freedom. That's alignment. And that's when miracles happen.